Hello, I'm Lora Cheadle-Life Choreographer, and I am the founder and CEO of Lora Cheadle-Life Choreography and the Life Choreography process. I'd like to share with you the 5 things that I wish someone had told me when I first started. The first thing, I wish someone would have explained to me that whenever you make a decision, whenever you put your stake in the grass and you decide that this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to be known for, that you are going to have to learn and relearn your own lesson time and again. It's kind of funny, but I'm all about identity and what I like to call naked self-worth, which is the ability to love and value yourself for who you are, not for what you do or for who you are in relation to others. I cannot tell you how many times I have been confronted by having to do that for myself since I began this journey. The most significant for me was dealing with my husband's chronic infidelity and learning that I was in charge of me and that my happiness was within me and it didn't matter what was going on around me. The second thing that I wish I really would have known is that this journey is not linear. As a former corporate attorney, I'm all about moving from A to B. But in a business sense, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes things go really quickly, and other times you spin your wheels or slide backwards. And it doesn't mean that you're failing. It's just the nature of starting a business. The third thing I really wish that I would have been told is that there are no mistakes. Now, I know that might sound kind of, all woo-woo and silly, but it's true. There are no mistakes. There's only lessons. And so many of the lessons and the mistakes that I made, I truly would not have been able to learn had I not made that mistake. Whether it was, a bad contract or hiring the wrong person or simply not trusting your own intuition, every mistake that I have made without question has ended up being a huge blessing in the end because of all of the things that I learned through that mistake. Fourth, I wish someone would have told me to do less instead of doing more. There have been so many times where I absolutely killed myself. I didn't have to do all of the things that I was doing. For a year, every interaction that I had with other people, I felt like I had to prove myself by teaching them everything that I knew and doing everything that I could for them. And what I really ended up doing was completely overwhelming and exhausting everybody in my world. Less, so often, is really more. Lastly, and most importantly, I think, I wish somebody would have told me that you cannot hire someone to do for you that which you really can't do yourself or don't know enough to do yourself. To be clear, you don't have to learn everything about coding or accounting or the finer points of sales funnels or anything like that, but you do need to know enough to hire the right person, to be able to communicate what it is that you want from them. I paid my first web designer so much more money than I care to admit, and I ended up with this gorgeous website, but it was uneditable. She had hard coded it, and nobody could figure out how to edit it except her. Well, I'm a radio host and I'm a blogger and I have all these programs and I'm updating my website all the time. And it was costing me several $100s a week because she was the only one that could edit it. Now, granted, it might not have been entirely ethical, but I lacked the knowledge to even know what I was asking for. I wrongly assumed that all sites were editable with basic skills. I truly had no idea that designers would still code to build websites. So unless you know enough about what it is that you're hiring somebody to do, chances are you are not going to end up with exactly what it is that you want. Thank you, and I hope these lessons have helped you in your journey.